We are living in a time where art is no more tactile. The new generation, their concept of art, their concept of creating image, is all in a platform which is not tactile. In films, when the film existed, it was still tactile. We could touch and feel formation of image. We could feel it, especially in a time. So there's going to be, in the times to come, there's going to be a generation who no more feel art as something that is to be felt. It is in this time, a festival like this, where when you take a stroll in the stalls of this festival, you feel like going and touching the work of art. It's the image emerge out of the frame. That's what art is always meant to be, and it is actually one of the most life-changing walk through the stalls of this festival. And festival like this is very, very essential and need of the time for our future generation to understand what actually art means. So I feel very privileged and honored to be part of this festival.
How do you feel like being an art festival for a very long time?
Yes. I have to say I started collecting art when I was just 18 years old, and my mother made me take my first paycheck and invest in a work of art. And at that point of time, I walked to the Jahangir Art Gallery and I bought Amba Das at 17,000 rupees back then, which was a huge sum of money for me to pay almost 30 years ago. And 35 years ago, actually, coming to think of it. And ever since then, my journey into art has begun. And I have to say, the world of art has not evolved. I have, because the world of art is constantly evolving, and everyone is so interpretational. What an artist paints and what you see may be two completely different things. So for me, it's always been interesting to know what the artist is thinking when they paint it and try to see it from their perspective, as well as how it makes me feel. Because for me, every work of art in my home so for me, every work of art is so personal. It's how it makes me feel. I like happy art. I like art that I wake up to, that makes me feel positive, that makes me feel vibrant, that makes my day start beautifully. And whether it's the use of colors, whether it's the theme of what is painted, whether it's the energy that emits from that painting, all of these things are very, very important. I've had very big artists on my walls. I've had young upcoming artists on my wall. The same way, for example, I may have designer handbags in my cupboard and also something on Fashion Street. Because it's all about how it makes you feel. It's your personal interaction with that particular work of art. And so for me, art is very personal. I love coming to exhibitions like this, where you get to see such a wide variety of artists, of interpretations, of different styles, of different ways of viewing art, and to decide your own what matches your personality. Is it watercolors for you? Is it acrylic? Is it abstract? Is it figurative? Is it what is your relationship with art? These can be defined at exhibitions like this, when there's such a large variety to view and choose from.
How do you feel, Rajendra, to have such Resul and Pooja?
Yeah, it's always it's always a deep joy, and I can say rather inspiration for the organizer when these kind of artists from different world come to meet the artists from visual world. And almost every year it is happening, from Bollywood, from even literature field. So one artist can when he appreciate the work of other artists, that's a different thing. It's not coming from the layman. So, of course, all these artists who are participating here, 550 artists, they feel inspired. Rather, when yesterday we told them that both of this Resul sir and Pooja is coming, so they were thrilled. I bring them in my stall. Every stall there, 150 stalls. It's not possible. 150 stalls, even if you spend 2 minutes, it's 300 minutes. So, that what they like now, they will see themselves, and then I think experience also. We already have the walkthrough. So Pooja will have a walkthrough, and then she will again have the first-hand experience of these artists. It is spread on 2 floors. Art festival started 15 years back, primarily with the motive of bringing art creator and art appreciator on the one platform.
Yes.
Because in a city like Mumbai, or rather all metro cities, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, they have huge number of art lovers. course, art buyers, art collectors are there, but apart from art buyers and art collectors, there are a huge number of art lovers who may not be able to buy art, but they appreciate. Now, there was a lack of platform of this scale to bring those people and the artist, the producer, the creator of the art. So, we started and only in Mumbai, but in last 15 years, it's spread, very fast to New Delhi. Now, we have completed 10 years in Delhi. Bangalore 5th year, our show is coming, and Hyderabad, our second edition is coming in April 1st week. So it's encouraging for me, encouraging for artists, and I thank Resul sir, Pooja, our esteemed jury, Professor Jairam Pudwal, Head of Department, MS University Baroda Art Faculty, Art History Department. He came all the way from Baroda for this jury. Our other jury member, Professor John Douglas, I should be thankful to him. He is the Dean, JJ School of Art. And when India Art Festival started in 2011, since that time we have instituted that India Art Festival Creative Excellence Award. In between COVID, there was few years gap. Again, we started this award from our last Bangalore edition in December. So that award earlier was 1 lakh rupees and citation and trophy. But now we split into two of 50,000 rupees instead of lakh. So they have taken a lot of hard work from yesterday, going through all 50. We can imagine going through all 150 stars and picking up 2 artists. It's a nightmare. So thank you Jairam sir, thank you John sir for this. And I will request now Jairam sir and John sir to say a few things how they arrive at this hard task of picking one artist from 550 and one gallery from 40 galleries.
Yeah.
Jairam sir.
As far as selection of the artists is concerned, as far as the selection of artists is concerned, we were looking at element like innovation. Innovation, because innovation in art is something like we always look for. And innovation, and especially the young artists who are doing innovation, and of course that's based on the skills. So that's why we came to the individual artists, and we thought, looking at the participation of galleries very enthusiastically in this particular thing, and we were actually looking at how they do the display of the thing, because designing is something which is they have to do, and even their collections. And again, where we kind of underlined is that how they are giving opportunity to the youngsters, because you can just, as a gallery, you can just put up
thought only they are giving a new opportunity or new people, new artists and new invention.
So that's why we arrived at this 2 awards. I mean,
we decided to give this year not only 2 artists, we selected 1 gallery.
So how does it feel to be part of art?
The first Indian Art Festival, I met Rajendra and I saw his first Indian Art Festival. And now, this is growing, every year is growing bigger and bigger. And this one, I feel, one of the biggest art fair. And the magazine which he has started, that magazine, it has become very important, and it can be archive of Indian art scenario, that is what he has started. And because art journal and the publications and the art, writing of art, it is very little in India. So the Rajendra Patil, he has taken initiative, that the people should know that, and it should remain, forever, even for the students, even for the faculties. These magazines can go and students can study. This is wonderful thing that he has taken up with the art festival. And in the art festival, many artists and many galleries, they are participating. And now it is becoming more important. And now it is spreading all over India. Now he started with the Delhi, and then Bangalore, then Hyderabad. I feel that you should go more. Chennai also you should go. Every corner of India it should go, because India is such a bigger country, and we have a very few museums in India. So the many people, they don't know much about the art. So this art festival, they have taken initiatively to spread the art world to all over the India, and this is what we need today. And thank you very much.
I should say, thank to him because artists can understand the importance of art magazine. Rather, art magazine, my art journal is my first love. It started much earlier than art festival because the way we have the need of society has the need of platform where these people can come together. We have the desperate needs. Still, we have a lot of needs because there is no documentation of art in India. So documentation is a very essential thing in everything. Otherwise, we would not have come to know that who is Mona Lisa, who did the Mona Lisa, and who did the Sistine Chapel. So these documentation is there. So, but India, we hardly know it. That was the reason. 20 years back, I first started the art magazine, and then 15 years back, this came. Thank you. He is there from the beginning, and the eminent artists like him, senior artists like him, when they are supporting these ideas, these are the very people, the force behind the inspiration and make it grow. So, thank you, Vilas. Thank you once again, Pooja, Resul sir, Jairam sir, John.
Resul, what would you like to tell audiences? What would you want them to take home from the exhibition?
Like I said, what is the biggest challenge that India is facing in the art world? So like very rightly he pointed, we don't have an art policy. The rest of the world has their own policy. Like a potter in Japan, he's been given a status where he can go and teach in the university pottery, and he's a professor, and he's an educator. He's a teacher. He's been recognized, and he get his stipend from the government. We have nothing. I mean, if you go to the villages of India, there is immense knowledge of art. Inherently we have. Inherently we create. Like I said, nothing is documented. We don't have. We don't recognize. I mean, the reason is also our past. We carry the burden of last 15,000 years of history, or 20,000 years of tradition. So for us, something is 10,000 years old or 8,000 years old is nothing. I just came from Ellora. I saw the Kailash temple there, and you look at it. This is one of the wonders of the world. It's not even in the seven wonder of the world. I mean, how has the West categorized it? They have not seen. I mean, we can't even imagine something like an artist visualized a temple, and it took 150 years to make it. And the person who visualized it, he knows that he will not live to see it is in completion. His fourth generation completes it. And a king has the vision to create something like this. Okay, I'll set out, but my fourth generation will complete it and give it to the world for posterity. This is the art that this is what we carry, And for us, when we enter into the new age, everything is artificial. Even the intelligence is artificial today. When we get into that world where nothing tactile anymore, it is the need of us, if not of the government, but it is the need of every artist to understand this is where we are coming from. This is what we need to tell the students. I mean, our future generation. We were just talking to them. In today, our generation, they don't even deal with money the way that we all dealt with it. They don't know. Currency. They don't know the denominations of the currency that we exchange. That is the world that we are going. When everything is visual, everything is gaze, not even visual. Everything is gaze. There's no touch and feel. This is absolutely essential for every art, every piece of art, everyone who is working in other field of art to come together and see, feel, exercise, and take home. I take home everything from me. Every frame speak to me.
Firstly, just in version of what he was saying, I feel we need to get off the Western dependence of what the Western world categorizes anything as.
Exactly.
I think it's more important for us to categorize what we want the way we see it, and to give importance and relevance to what we feel is important, and get off the Western dependence of if they haven't categorized it, that means it's not relevant enough. we have to have our own standards. We are huge when it comes to art, culture, literature, history, etc., etc. What you should take away from here, for example, we're speaking of today, definitely everybody should take home a work of art, because you have to start somewhere, and there's no better place to start than here today, the here and the now.